Welcome to Breaking News Wahala, the news this hour. A group of activists had confronted the Uganda president seeking for a disclosive meeting with the president of Uganda. As the journalists made this known to the president himself was dumbfounded by this request and said, what are you talking about?
The gay community in Uganda is requesting to have a meeting with you. Would you give them an ear? The homosexuals in Uganda, they are requesting to have audience with you.
And she had to explain that the homosexuals of Uganda request a private meeting with the President Musabini. And this is Breaking News Wahala. And with me is Kelechi Marvelous Achafo, and I still remain your host, Chimereze Henry Ahunaya. Mr. Kelechi, what do you have to say concerning this special request by the LGBTQ community in Uganda? And do you feel this will even advance to any effective conversation or call to do action with the president?
I feel like for me, I'm impressed by the boldness. Whoever that reporter is, I wish I could have a hand. I would love to follow her because it takes a lot of boldness to say that, because people are going to she could have assassinated her career. She could have killed her career. People are going to look at her badly because they're going to feel like, how did you have access to the homosexual people in Uganda? Are you an insider with them, or are you even part of them? So she obviously is killed, because obviously for you to be a journalist, to appear in front of the president, you have to be one of the top journalists. And probably the LGBTQI people have reached out through her, that they want to have an audience. And let's remember that Uganda is one of the worst places to be homosexual in. They even were trying to push for a law, the Kill the Gays law, which had the entire world talking, because very, very controversial. People were talking about it. It was heated. The parliament it was a very, very crazy law. So it's one of the worst places for the homosexual people of Uganda. So I'm not surprised if they want to have an audience with the president to maybe break down statistics, break down facts, and break down what they face, the challenges they go through, the humiliation, the stigmatization, and the rest of them. So I applaud her, and I applaud the homosexuals in Uganda, or the LGBTI community members in Uganda. But the biggest question, the $1 million question is, would the audience, after the audience, because it's one thing for you to have audience, but after the audience, would their lives still be safe? Will they be safe? What is going to happen during the audience? Hope is not a trap just to get them, fish them out, and get them arrested by the president, which I feel like maybe he would not do, because I'm sure one of the terms and conditions they would ask for and make the journalists tell the president and give them their word that if they're going to have an audience with him, they should not be arrested. They just have to come and share their mind, share what they go through, that maybe just say their 2 cents, that they are also humans and they deserve or have a right to be treated as humans in Uganda too. And their rights, like LGBTQ rights, are human rights too. I feel like that's what I saw from that video. I'm just impressed by them. But what I just feel is that I hope that if this audience is granted, they will not be arrested and probably prosecuted and maybe even dealt with, and their lives are probably at stake. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Thank you, Mr. Kelechi, for that input. Just to add, before we wrap it up for this news, I think what the Uganda LGBTQ community is doing is amazing, having a voice. And that's why we at QRoot Talk still emphasize that QRoot Talk still remains an LGBTQ media house. This is a media house for people of same gender. This is a house for the queer umbrella. We need to establish that Africa, to move forward as an LGBTQ community, we need not just an independent media outlet. We need a strong media outlet that can begin to address this situation. The same thing for Nigeria. We need a strong political representative. The same thing also in Europe. We need a strong political representative. We cannot have people who are not part of the LGBTQ community speak on our behalf, because when they speak on our behalf, they cannot tell our pain, they cannot tell our story. Only you can tell your story to the truth and to the fullness. So LGBTQ members should learn to speak up. We should stop sending representatives. We should have the boldness to go and speak up. If I was a Nigerian and needed to address Muhammad Buhari, I would not be scared to address him as a queer person, as an individual, and as a Nigerian citizen. Yes, there is going to be many consequences in being bold, but at the end of the whole day, the only legacy you leave are the things you have done. If you leave even the Bible says, if you live in fear, if you try to save your life, you will lose it. So don't try to save it. Try to be bold. Try to leave a legacy. And I think, and I say kudos to the Uganda LGBTQ community, and take the necessary precaution to this, approach with the president. I think one thing we should do is you could do a max, an autonomous meeting where nobody's face is seen, nobody knows who is speaking. The Uganda community, instead of seeking a one-on-one interview with Mr. President, can also have a viral meeting with the president, or can have a video addressing these issues, or an open letter to the president. There are so many methods of conversation. I don't think a one-on-one interview with the president will change anything. And one thing we as community members needs to understand is homophobes cannot give you gay-friendly or queer-friendly laws. It can never happen. For us to attain queer liberation, it has to be us making queer liberal laws. And this has been Breaking News Wahala. And make sure you like, subscribe. Till next time.